Hi everybody, woohoo! 2022. So welcome back to AXION Token Channel. As you know, your host Superman here had a bit of a nice break, and of course I run several crypto channels. AXION is one of the best for sure. So we're going to get straight into it, folks. Get into the chat, say hello, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and great to see AXION Token channel members in the house as well. So very cool, and nice to see Neil in there as well. So let's get straight in. We've got lots to talk about. Let me just check the audio. Audio is up and running, so looking good. No poll today, but let's get into it as well. If you're watching after the live stream, all your comments, I respond to every comment, so make that a real cause. So if you have any questions, get in there, folks. Let's have a good talk about AXION and the world-class staking ecosystem. All the launchpad, all the launchpad projects as well, including the latest one, the Warp. So we're going to get into all of that and catch up. So hope you guys enjoy that. Let's go for gold, and there we go. So all right, so here we are sitting on the Accelerator. This is the main staking platform in the AXION portal for staking, and of course this is where all the bonuses are. This is when, if you're going to decide to invest in AXION, this is where you start, because this is where all the bonuses are. So every day 375 million AXION is up for grabs, and of course 14% is sold at the moment, 86% remaining. It's a 24-hour clock, so there's 12 hours and 58 minutes to go. And it's pretty easy to do. I typically click the advanced tab here, and you can buy and stake or buy and invest in AXION in one go. So it's pretty easy. So on Polygon, a network, of course, a second layer of Ethereum, and so it's super cheap to do it. Unlike Ethereum, where it would cost you, particularly maybe $100 or something. Super cheap on Polygon, so it really is great. All right, so all you have to do is, if you've done your due diligence, always check the axion.network website. That's axion.network website, and do your due diligence. Have any questions, get into Telegram and Discord 24/7 care there from the moderators, which are pretty epic and outstanding. The best in crypto, easy peasy. And if you want to do, you can use Matic, Wrapped ETH, USDC, DIED, Stable, Wrapped Bitcoin, and Chainlink. And you just have to put it in here. You just put the amount that you want to put in. So let's say you want to do 500 Matic. So that is 500 Matic is $1,000. So you can see your principal over here. And then of course the how long you stake really determines what your returns are, because every year that you stake, you get a 20% bonus in shares. And so when you stake AXION, you swap it for shares, and that's just the way it goes. That's how most staking tokens are. So very cool. So all you have to do is put that in there. You'll get a bonus up to 15% as well. So very cool. The minimum to invest is 55,000 AXION, and you can go all the way above that. The other side, of course, is that if you do 350 days to 5,505 days, you get between 1% and 15% bonus. Earlier than that, minimum staking period is 120 days. You don't get anything between 120 and 350. Just you get the stake AXION and get the standard return. So pretty nice. On top of that, of course, your big payday bonuses. That's for staking longer. There's 4 of those in the years ahead, so you can get some of that as well if you stake longer than 350 days. On top of that, of course, you get a Collider particle NFT. That is the second main product that AXION has, and that's a bonus. So it could end up giving you a bonus stake or bonus investment, and you could get up to 10 times potentially your original investment straight off the bat without even having to take one day. You could get that. You've got a 1 in 24%, 124 chance of winning, so it's 4% chance of winning. Just take that into account, and you just never know what you're going to get. It's kind of random like that. It's a bit of fun as well, and of course it gives you an indication of what the maximum is in there for the moment. Very cool. On top of that, of course, if you thought that was enough, you've got your bonus from the Accelerator, your bonus from Big Payday if you stake long enough, over 350 days. You got your Collider particle NFT. That's your third little perk there. You also get access to Wrapped Bitcoin dividends. At the moment, that's on a temporary change until about the 13th or 14th of January, I believe, and that's just temporarily down to 1%. That's going to be revoted every 2 weeks, I believe. So just take that into account, but that will return to normal after that, depending on what the vote is. At the moment, most of the stuff that's going into the Accelerator is going to buy and burn more AXION to get it off the market and help support the price over time. So we're going to check out all the burn and buys later on. So very cool. So when you buy and invest, you also get an awesome investment, and potentially it says here up to 47% APR or annual percentage return, plus the daily Bitcoin dividends in a normal place at the moment. Obviously, it's been directed to doing market buys to get AXION off the market, but in normal cases you do. But you always get the Collider NFT. Very nice. All right, so that's how you do it. All you have to do is connect your wallet and accept that, and it will happen. And your stake will show up on the staking page, and then you'll also get a particle NFT on the NFT page here as well. So your stake will show up on the stake page there, and your particle NFT will show up there. If you want to use it to put it into the collider, you just click on the collider page, put it into there. That's where you put your particle NFT, and then you can just set how long you stake, the more benefit you get, and then you just click engage the collider. You got 1 in 24 chance of winning that, and man, it'd be pretty cool if you got a 2 times your investment, 5 times your investment, or 10 times your investment. Where it just depends on what the random draw is for you. So very, very cool. And that will also, once you get that bonus stake, if you do win, that also show up on the staking page at the bottom. So both stakes will show at the bottom there. You'll have your valuation here and the amount of shares you've got. Very, very cool. If you want to add a new stake, of course, you might buy some AXION on the market. You want to stake that, you can put it in there. So pretty easy, folks. And that's a bit of a wrap up, of course. We've also got the AXION launch pad as well. You've got launches, pledges, investing. So really, really great of getting into some pretty powerful projects. So we're going to talk about that as we go through the time. But that, folks, is an overview of the accelerator. Well, let's have a look at the results and see how we've been going today. So 58 million AXION's been sold so far today in 12 hours. And that's $3,332. AXION burned just under 50 million AXION, pretty good. And that's $2,800. And BTC paid out the stakers. Like I said, it's just temporarily down to 1% at the moment. Normally it is 35%, I think, from memory. So there we are. And 0.00069 is the Bitcoin. So very small at the moment, but maybe on the 13th, 14th, that may turn back to normal depending on what the community votes for. So that's pretty much it. So those are what people have used. People have used Matic, Wrapped Bitcoin, Wrapped Ethereum, UDC, and Wrapped Bitcoin to buy and stake. So that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to the dashboard and check out the results here. Now, I've asked for these to be changed. Hopefully they will get changed. Not changed yet, but obviously people on holiday, and also they're running a few other projects. So hopefully these statistics will get changed to represent what I think is a true picture of the ecosystem. But total supply 357 billion, 104.4 billion is in circulating supply. But once again, that number needs to be adjusted for the burn. That includes the burn address, so it actually inflates the amount of circulating supply. So I'd like to see that adjusted. Already passed that feedback on to the team. Total stake 71%, 252.9 billion in there, and 46% of that is amazing. 46%, folks, is staked for 15.2 years, 5,555 days, incredible. And it's 162.6 billion in there. And yeah, very cool. So the AXION burned at the moment. This includes Ethereum. AXION was on Ethereum about 2.5, 3 months ago. And now, of course, on Polygon, it's blooming as well. So we're going to check out the burn, of course. 35.5 billion AXION has been burned. And that's over $2 million at the current price of AXION. So nice. We're going to go check out the burn, folks. Get into that. And here it is. Woohoo! Now, just before the end of 2021, the AXION team did an outstanding burn from their wallet, and they burnt 9 billion, I say with a BBB, a 9 billion AXION, and that was on the 31st of December. That was a New Year's gift to the community, and of course, that stuff is off the market. It is fantastic. Since then, of course, we did the last live show on this channel about the 30th of December. And so since that time, we've had all this other burn happen, 9 days, 8 days, 7 days, 6 days, so almost 10 days ago. And of course, we've had, if I added up all this, which I've done already before the live stream, because that's how organized we are here. So that's 450 million more AXION has been burned, bought and burned on the market. And of course, over this period, that's when we've had the high burn, which is I think at 98% a burn rate on there. 98%, very, very cool. And so that's burning, and that's getting AXION off the market, because the goal is to eventually get enough AXION off the market that the price starts lifting up. So at some stage, we're looking forward to get a bottom in the price by that burn and increase in the number of investors. So you could be one of those, of course, if you're new to AXION, and that's the way we go. So on Polygon at the moment, 23.5 billion AXION is burnt. That's very, very cool. The last one was 21 hours ago. No doubt we'll probably get a new burn pretty soon. But that's pretty outstanding stuff. So we're going to go into Discord, and we're going to report that, of course. This is part of the thing we do on this live stream. We're going to get onto a lot of stuff at the moment for that. So let's jump in there, and we're going to do burn, baby, burn. And bam, and AXION. So let's say 450 million AXION burned the start of 2022. So that's pretty cool. And AXION burn by burn, AXION on Polygon. So total burn is of course much higher. The total burn is 35.5. So 35.5 is what we're going to do. 35.5 billion, including ETH chain. Nice. All right, so that's great results, folks. Let's put the burn on that. I'm going to put some fire as well. You know me, I love the fire. I love the emojis, and we're going to do some burn on there. Bam. Let's go burn. All right, cool. So that's going really good, folks. The burn is going. We want that just to keep going and going and going. We've got to eat up all that supply that's on the market. That's basically the idea. So the team's working on that with the burn, and the community's also voted for that. So it was a community vote. We're going to check that out. Let's get into the chat, folks. I'm way behind the chat, so I do apologize. I just wanted to break out into the AXION stuff. That's the key products. Is the AXION Accelerator. That's where you invest. And of course get all the bonuses, and of course the Collider is a bit of fun gamification, gives you a chance to really jump up your ROI on there. So pretty nice as we say. All right, let's get into the stuff here. I think we're up. I've got to find out where I'm up to. I think I'm a bit behind. I must catch up here. Here we go here. Let's go past. We had a good conversation with Neil. Hey, we got Oppia's in the house. Oppia, X-Man, I am 5555 investor. I am excited to see where my investment is in 554 days. Says Oppia. Hey, Oppia, great to see another AXION token member in the house. So yeah, me too. And onwards and upwards. So exciting. Always have faith in AXION. It's a project that will not fail later, mate. Hey, Oppia, that's a big. That's like an impact. You're like an impact player on the field. But absolutely, Oppia, and hopefully catch you in the next live stream since you have to rush. Exalted, hey, exalted. Hey, thanks for the super sticker. Very cool. Glad to see you're doing okay, buddy. Stay free. Hey, Exalted, appreciate that, and definitely. We're going to ramp up this this channel and live stream this year in 2022. We're going to try and get a lot of people in the house, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I do appreciate your support there, Exalted. Onwards and upwards for AXION, that's for sure. As you know, I love certificate of deposit projects. Those are my favorite in crypto because I think that they're the best in a bull and bear market on average. That's why I like them so much. And AXION is definitely in the play for there as being one of the top 3 in the ecosystem. So cool. And of course, I believe the most innovative for sure in the space in terms of technical innovation. AXION is the most innovative in the space. Nicholas says AXION is mind blowing. Do you know what happened yesterday? An account got so many emergency unstake. Those coins goes to us as staker class. Yeah, that's right. So if people do emergency unstakes, that does go to the stake class as part of the cool dynamics for sure. Excuse me. Hey, Neil is in the house again. Hi, sir and or sirs. Neil, I love it when you pop up with that line. I don't know what, it's just kind of memorizing, but it's great to see you in the chat for sure. And very, very cool. All right, so folks, that is the burn going really nice and onwards and upwards there. So we're going to jump over to the AXION price. Of course, here we are at a quadruple 0.5794. So real buying opportunity. This is since we've been on Polygon, folks. So let's have a look at the results as well. So we were up here at the price. We're going to be how many days? We're currently we're down 82.5% since we came onto Polygon. This is 83 days now, so coming up on 3 months. So I was pretty right when I said 2.5 months or something. That's a pretty good guess there. Obviously, have been covering this a lot, but that was pretty neat. We're down 82.48%. Now that's a good buying opportunity, of course. As we say, we're just trying to find the bottom. We've had 2 touches here in this range at the moment, so we're trying to find it. Obviously, AXION at the beginning had a lot of AXION given out to a few people, big wallets, and of course, AXION, the AXION team. We've had a couple of different changes in leadership. They've been trying to tackle that issue of a large supply, and I think they're really getting there. It's just they're going to need a bit more time, and I think that a lot of the burn here, that's why we moved up to a 98% burn through the accelerator to really try and burn off some of that excess AXION, because there's always a paper hands, and some of the wallets, if a lot of whales get committed, they commit and they stay for long term, but we still have those wallets, and we've been getting rid of them over 2021. We got rid of some. We've always been covering it on this live stream, and of course we do monitor them, but it's not even them. It's actually a lot of the wallets we've seen recently. It's not even the big ones. It's actually the wallets that typically have like 200, 300 million, and we've seen some of those exits. So we're just slowly, I guess we're slowly weaning those paper rounds out. We'll always have someone selling in that range. Those are people on the first page of the contract on Ethereum, on Polygon, I should say. And of course, you got confused there. But those are the first on the first page there. And of course, many of them just sit there, but now and then they do sell in. And they typically sell in when they see an opportunity, and that's what markets do, right? If there's incentive, that's what they'll do. So when we actually launched on here, the price launch is very strong at 0.0033, which is a pretty strong. AXION's all-time high is 0.0076, and we launched pretty high there. We actually, on the first day, we actually got to 0.0054, which is not a pretty good price. And we travel along. We had a pretty good season, but then you just get some of those larger wallets selling down, and then they front run that. Of course, big payday was coming up on the green here. That was on the 29th of October, and of course that's the first big payday. We had a lot of at the beginning of AXION, we had Bitcoin free claimers, and a lot of those would have ended up selling possibly, and of course a lot of other paper wallets have been sitting around for a year, but a lot of delivery in here. Very, very cool. And of course we've just seen decline. Obviously the market's declined as well, with the market pullbacks. We've had those impact as well, and particular wallets also. So you can see I've just so people front running here, and this red line here, that's really people front running, intentionally sold on that because of the big payday. And then of course between there and the 15th, the team had put in place a higher market burn in place. I think, what was it, 75% or something like that, was to burn, and that's what we were doing to try and absorb that. And it did work. It did work because it absorbed quite a bit. They also did the Diamond Stake NFT, and that also took off a couple billion off the market as well for staking. So that was pretty effective. So the team's been working on the supply, the supply issue, of course, and then that's been going. Obviously, the price going down, the market's been going down, so it's been traveling down with that. Then we get a couple of key, a couple of those key wallets selling down, lifting the volume and moving down. Now let's have a look at the last couple of hours of stuff. Well, we actually had two really strong buys back here on the 30th. We had a massive buy and stake 5555, and of course that ended up getting sold into. So this is what I'm talking about. When the market does get a big move up, if you get people selling into it, that's what happens. It then actually went down and recovered. It actually recovered back on the 4th of January, stayed up for quite a fair bit there. Didn't quite get back to 0001, but it did pretty well, and then started moving down into this ricocheted part here. And of course, the market has been red, across the board. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that pulling back dramatically. And of course, actually, AXION, on my view, is holding up actually relatively well versus that pullback. So very, very cool. The other thing, of course, AXION is paired with ETH on this one. I got the US dollar price, but it's let me just pull up the pool there. So this is an AXION ETH pair. My only issue is possibly they were considering doing a US dollar pair. It may have been a better move, but maybe not. So the thing is that obviously it pulls down in US dollar terms, and we probably would have possibly done better with a US dollar pairing, and that may have been something. That's probably the only thing that could have happened there. Obviously, you can set up a secondary pairing if you had enough liquidity for that. That's maybe an option still on board, still on the board, that potentially the team could look at, and you could decorrelate yourself from crypto. You still need the underlying demand for the token, so you still need the underlying investment demand, and once you get that, of course, you get scarcity in the market and the price starts moving up. But at the moment, we've got the buying coming from the buy and burn, and that's the mechanism through the accelerator. So that's up at 98% at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. It's certainly, we've got a bit of a lifting in the price in the last couple of hours as well, so we'll have a look at this. We came off the bottom here, and we're up from there about 18.67%, which is not bad for a day in crypto, and that's over 31 1 day and 7 hours, or 31 hours there. So it's interesting. Time, certainly a good price around here at this range, and it really has been relatively holding up, and this is the second time we've been down on this spot. If we go back to the daily, we've been down the spots twice now, Let's just jump back here. So yeah, we've actually, the curve actually starting to flatten out from the looks of it, and we've actually been at here. So the market's very resistant to sell down at this stage, it seems. We've already tested it twice. So we'll see how we get on, but I think the burn's pretty good at the moment, a 98% burn, and it's just a matter of attracting new investors, and that's all. Every project's like that, right? You want to get scarce supply and get that off the market, and you want to start getting more investors to eat up that supply, and on top of the burn, on top of the buy and burn we have through the accelerator, and then you can start getting your price rising. And that higher price, of course, in crypto, a green chart that attracts a lot of new investors is kind of a cool driver as well. So pretty cool. So I think we're in a good place to start. It's definitely a buyer's market to start 2022, and you pick up some pretty huge positions in AXION, and you know, if you stake it, you can make some pretty good returns as well. So obviously the Bitcoin's bit on hold until at least 13th or 14th. We'll see how the community vote goes from that stage. They may do another second round vote. We'll see how that goes. Very cool. Let's go back in the chat here. We've got Nicholas says, how can I see all addresses regarding LUXY, like Shark One? I'm not sure what you're asking there, Nicholas. LUXY, I don't even know what that is. Shark One, did you say? Yeah, I'm not even sure what that is, Nicholas. Sorry, you might have to rephrase that. But for me, all the situation of big wallets is mind-blowing because they got over 20 million AXION for $1 grand. Such an insane deal. Yeah, that's right. So it is a buyer's market at the moment, but it's like the case. I think it's a pretty good place to start 2022. And the team has done a lot of the tweaks. I think there's a few little minor ones to make. I'm sure that they're thinking about those too. Any news about NFT Galaxy? Future value of shares is a game changer, market innovation. So yeah, I think they've held off the NFT Galaxy NFTs because they needed to do something. I thought it was around legal work that they were trying to do. So I can't remember now from last year, but I do remember Joel, the creative director in AXION, saying something about that they were holding it off for some reason. I can't remember. Maybe someone in the chat does remember that. Neil says, well, should be liking this bottom fine. Yeah, Neil, you made some good comments about that, Neil, and I think I agree with those comments as well. If Bitcoin can get back to 20K and ETH 1800, could get a really strong bottom in a few months for AXION. Well, that would be true in US dollar terms. That would be pretty dramatic, and form a massive cup and handle. Yeah, well, that would be a massive cup and handle, right? So yeah, that would be a big cup here. What would that look like? Let's have got a drawing tool here. Let me have a look. I thought I had a drawing tool somewhere here. I must. No, not that one. Where's my drawing tool gone? This one. Brush. I don't even know if that's is that a drawing tool? No, okay, it's not working. All right, so forget that one. All right, that's Neil says, then a handle. Yeah, that's right. How can I see the biggest addresses of AXION staking class? Well, all you have to do is go to the AXION smart contract for the AXION token on Ethereum, and you will see that. So actually, we were here. We're actually here. So all I have to do is get rid of this address. Bam. And let's jump over here. Let's have a look. So this is the AXION contract. I'll post it in the chat there so you can check that out. Let's go to holders at the moment. And so here is the holders. These are the top addresses. Just got to be careful. Some of them might be team addresses. They're not always shown as a contract. This 10 million is the team's address. They used to have 20 million in it. They sacrificed. They pretty much burnt 9 billion of that. Sorry, just on the end of New Year's for the New Year's Eve gift. So cool. And then you've got the contract here. I think this is the Polygon sushi swap contract. I think that one is 2 billion. That seems about right. Let me go back to the price and pull out of there. I think we've got the supply there. More info. I forgot the volume on there. Liquidity 246,000, so $250,000 of liquidity in the pool. Daily volume 26,000 at the moment, which is on the low side. I thought they had the pool. I thought they had the amount at the top there. Can't see. Anyway, it's up 5.5% on 24 hours, AXION, so not bad. Let me have a look. All right, so yeah, you got some other contracts. I think possibly this one. I didn't want to go in there, but I think possibly this one is one of the team's contracts. Wallets as well. And then some of these, I'm not sure. I don't think we had this many whales out in liquid at the moment, but it appears that we do. I'd have to check them to see the stakes, see whether they've got any stakes or anything. But here's all the wallets, and we've got all the way down to 50. So the top 50 wallets, the bottom one is 225 million. So you can see there's still quite a few there. Many of them are inactive. They haven't done anything for ages. So those sort of ones you plant even though they're liquid. You kind of got your staked whales, you got your inactive liquid whales, and then you got a few that are sort of trading around or ready to sell on any particular opportunity. They won't be selling now at this stage, I wouldn't think, on the most case at this price, since we seem to be defending this price at the moment for at least. So that's there. Let me post this in for you there as well. This is for you, Nicholas. So cool. There we are. That's for you. All right. So just go to holders there, and you'll be sweet. All right. So let me jump out of there. So we've looked at the price. Definitely a buyer's opportunity at the moment, and a good place to start investing in AXION at the beginning of 2022. We definitely want to keep a track of the Bitcoin burn. It's very important as one of typically one of the flagship benefits in AXION. Now, when you do stake AXION, of course, you get 20% more shares every year, up to 15.2 years, so over 305% more shares. That basically is like a 3x boost on your, or 305% boost on your return by staking that long term in terms of getting Bitcoin dividends and stuff. So you'd have to wait till the vote happens again, 13th or 14th, about that. So something to take care. It looks like we just had a Collider success, a 6412 just came out. So someone had gone and invested into AXION, made a stake, and then they got a Collider NFT, or a particle NFT as we call it. They put it into the Collider and they were successful, and they got an extra bonus stake of 272,000 AXION. So that's pretty cool. Nice one there. All right, so let's jump over to AXION today. This is the last 24 hours, so I just want to go through and have a look at some of the things that have been happening in the ecosystem. So you get lots of stuff. You get early unstakes, Accelerator, new stakes, cashes out, Collider here. Here was a successful one. This was about 21 hours ago. Someone did 3.2 million AXION. That was a 3x multiplier. In other words, 3 times the size of their original investment. And so they've done exceptionally well here. And that was a little fish too. So that's a little account, relatively speaking. So they would have probably invested about $1 million, just over $1 million AXION, and they've ended up getting a bonus particle in stake of 3.2 million. So they'll be a very happy little fish. And of course, they would be sitting on about 4.3 million now. So they'll be very happy about that. So cool. We're still getting some good fish. This looks like the one here. The fish there obviously staked that for 5 days. So that stake was happening there. So that was pretty nice for them. We've got some of the sharks still playing around. So going into buyback burn here going on there. New stake there as well. Cool. So you've got lots of different size. These are all the different size of investors. The sharks obviously very big ones. The fish is a bit somewhat smaller. You got Bitcoin, people withdrawing Bitcoin, early end stakes. You got all these end stakes, 5555. This must be what you're talking about here. Who has said that? Nicholas says thanks. Hey, most welcome. We should not care about price today when you have stake finished in 4 years, like example. Yeah. So we talk about price because it's it's live, it's real. It's and of course if you're looking at buying it into AXION, the price is what you're going to buy into. So that's why we cover the price because one, it's cool. It does underline value. Also underlines the incentive for new investors. They see a green line, they like that. Obviously, buyers. So and if they're going to buy into AXION, they want to know what the price is. So just some basics there, Nicholas, for that one. All right, so look, we had this is the early unstakes that we had that someone was talking about earlier. Let me just find out. Someone was saying that in the chat there earlier. Yeah, just trying to find that comment. Someone was saying, oh, here it is here. Oh, Nicholas, you were saying it. Do you know what happened yesterday? An account, so emergency unstaked. So it must be all these ones here, 5555, which are all burn penalties. Pretty crazy. Look at that. That's pretty unusual behavior. Wow. Okay, that's pretty crazy stuff. 55. I'm not sure what was happening there, but what did you say it was? Those coins go to us as stakers. Yeah, well they do. So early, man, so many of them. That's crazy stuff. Not sure. That's just bizarre. Anyway, so maybe it got compromised, the wallet, and maybe it possibly got hacked or compromised, and they were just ending all their 5 stakes because the person that's ending it doesn't know what they are. Probably maybe that's what happened. Who knows? I haven't had enough time to look at that. We've had lots of people staking 5555 with their little stakes there. That's the cool thing about AXION is that even if you're a small investor from around the world, no matter where you live, you can pretty much get in and stake at AXION super cheap and super fast on Polygon. So there's some of the key benefits there. We've got lots of stakes completed there. This is 12 hours ago. Just looking for A couple of particle there. That one wasn't successful. Lots of stuff through the accelerator. These ones here are the accelerator, people investing in accelerator. Cool collider there. 16 million. Woohoo! So someone got a 16 million collider here, but it failed, unfortunately. That was a dolphin, so it was a pretty big investment, that one. Nice. What else we got going? This is 13 hours, 12 hours ago. So we had a lot of stuff 12 hours ago. We had this one here, fish going on. Lots of long-term stakes. New stake here, 22 million AXION, 1,200 bucks. And that sort of stuff happening. So it's nice to see. I love going through this. This is on the AXION Today activity board. I'll post this in the link actually because a lot of people don't see that. So let's have a look here. Nicholas says, I believe this kind of smart contract are the future of finance system, bro, like banks 50 years ago. Oh, it is, Nicholas. Absolutely is the frontier. Hey, Crypto Casino's in the house. Hey, Crypto Casino. Big shout out. Back on deck here. Superman back on deck. And I saw Crypto Casino was killing it with the videos on AXION and Warp and other stuff like that. And hey, back on deck where Crypto Casino and I are part of the AXION army on YouTube. So we love getting out there and doing that stuff. So pretty cool. Here is the AXION Today activity. Big shout out, Crypto Casino. Hope you got your coffee there, Crypto Casino. And nice. All right. So if you haven't subscribed to Crypto Casino, go to the channels tab, click Crypto Casino. We're going to get Crypto Casino to 1,000 subs sooner than later. That's for sure. Here's a dolphin here. Particles 17.5 million, and they got successful at 2x. Woohoo! That is one of the biggest ones I've seen for a while. That's fantastic. Look at that Crypto Casino, doesn't that look good? Man, that's a decent one there. And they staked it, of course, for 5,555. Good little dolphin there. And they were a fishy, and now a dolphin, which is a much better investor. That was $1,000. So congratulations to them. That was a really nice windfall there for sure. Lots of stuff happening across this day. So you can see there's all these different type of activities in AXION, and it's a great way of seeing it. And of course, we just covered that particle. It was a 5x multiplier too. That particle that they won. So nice to see that. They also had a second particle. Doesn't look like that one won. That was a failure, but they won on the second one. So that was pretty cool. So that, folks, is the way it works. And very, very cool to see some of the transactions in the AXION ecosystem. Now, here's the AXION website. If you're new to AXION, of course, check out axion.network. It's got all the details in here. Now, just take into account this wrap Bitcoin that's in here that won't apply at the moment until the buy and burn is over after 2 weeks. So just take into account this will apply in a normal year without any community adjustments to the buy and burn function. Just take that into account there. So some food for thought. All right, so very cool. It shows you how to buy, of course. AXION, the accelerator, of course, which we've covered already. The collider, which is the way you get the bonus NFT stake with using your particle NFT. Every time that you stake through the accelerator, you get a particle NFT. Pretty cool, and you get a chance to get a bonus. Remember, it's 4% chance, so 1 in 24. And of course, something I like is the news updates. Obviously, it's holiday time at the moment, so you can probably start expecting some news updates, maybe mid-January or something like that. But that should be cool too. The launchpad, of course, AXION has a launchpad. That means projects get launched on it, and that gives opportunities for other investments, other potential financial opportunities there too, and including the occasional or probably quite regular airdrop functions in that too, or discounted prices, stuff like that. Very, very cool. Now you can get 24/7 help, of course, with AXION, and it is pretty much the best in crypto by a long shot. Most crypto projects will not be giving you that kind of service, so it's pretty cool. All right, let's jump over and see some of AXION's done a lot of launch pads. Talk about launch pads. Let's check out VAB. So VAB is one of the launch partners that AXION's done through, and they're actually trying to enter the Netflix type of space in a niche market there to do online interactive streaming, a bit like moving a popcorn with your family. Your family might be spread around the world, and you can sort of set up a nice interactive play there. They're also trying to keep it open to free speech, which I love, as everybody knows, and keeping anybody's opinions and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool. It also will support independent producers and filmmakers and stuff like that. So pretty nice. So that's interactive VAB. That's been going pretty well. I think it's currently at about 1 cent is the moment. I think the prices of VAB at the moment. So that's what's going on there. Very, very cool. They've got the roadmap coming up. Let's have a check that out, actually. The roadmap coming up for 2022, since we're there now. So Q1 2022, continue platform testing, VAB integration, co-watching, deployment, and alpha testing current. So that's pretty neat. So that's kind of where they're at the moment, and I guess hitting Twitter is the place to go for that. Now, Crypto Casino covers AXION's launch partners very well. So if you want to check out some even more in depth, you can go check that out. Now, obviously, Twitter is somewhere like Twitter is the place to go if you want to check out how they're going on at the moment. So if Crypto Casino doesn't beat me to it, I'll try and cover that in a bit more depth. Obviously, Securitas 2 is another one of Axion's launch partners that was in 2021, and both of these, I think, both of these on the Ethereum chain, if I remember right. I think Variable was too. Yeah, both of these on the Ethereum chain. And Securitas is a RegTech, and of course doing regulatory stuff. So I think they're just under a penny at the moment. I think their price is just under a penny and per token, and they're doing the SKRT token, which is on Ethereum. So we're probably waiting for some news from them. Not sure if there's a roadmap on this one. Oh, yeah, it's got a roadmap here. Cool. So Q1 2022 introduction of new third-party data sets to further enhance the results set. So this is regulatory, so it's not the most star-spangled. It's not like VAB. VAB is pretty exciting with interactive video movie streaming, but Securitas was that. So people participated in those launches, IPOs, pre-sales type of thing, and that's also part of Axion's vesting engine. And when you go back to the Axion portal, you can see that all on the launch place here with the launches. So you can see all these ones here launched, VAB, LUXY, Warp, and Securitas. And I think Direwolf's gone off and done their own thing, and I think Sleepy Sloth is, I think it's wrapped up, that one, as far as I know. So these are the four main ones here. Of course, the latest one, which is a separate project, but still within loosely in the ecosystem of Axion, is the Warp one, and the team is doing a lot of development work and launching that pretty soon, I understand. We've done a pre-sale. We're going to check a little bit of that out too. So that's Securitas. Let's look at LUXY. Now, LUXY, I really like LUXY because it is an NFT platform. Now, I believe that they're currently on trials with that, with the LUXY platform NFT store. So that's kind of competing with OpenSea, and they're going to try and be multi-chain. They're going to have it so that you can own your NFT collection and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of benefits there above OpenSea there. So directly competing there. And of course, that was sold out. 3 rounds, IDO rounds, KSM, Poly launcher, and Axion launch. So those are the 3 launches. Axion sold out their $100,000 launch, so it was pretty nice. The other thing, of course, is we also, the team is working on, this is run actually by the Axion team. So these are 3 different teams. These are independent teams. They launched on the Axion Launchpad, but the Warp is actually run by the Axion developers, marketers as well. So this is run by them, and they're doing Warp bonds, and pretty cool. The next generation Web3 reserve currency fiat, NFT bonds, and buildable starships that travel within the staking metaverse. So this is like a staking, but using NFTs, metaverse, that sort of thing. And you can get a couple parts, 3 different parts to your ship, and then get a ship, build a ship with that. And then you've got to race off to planets, and of course you can start mining those planets for a high annual percentage return, basically. And the people that get there earlier are pretty much going to do better on the most part. So that's pretty outstanding stuff, and that's looking really exciting now. I think we're going to go into, they've got the bonds here, and they've got a lot of the artworks that's fantastic. So it's really cool. Bond types, NFT bonds. So lots of stuff happening in there. They've got the ships. So these are the initial ships here. They've got the hull, properties. So these are the different components that you have. So they're all in NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So it's a special kind of smart contract. And of course, you got the hull, bridges, and engine. You put these, you have to buy all these individually. I think they're $250 each. Now they did a special sale through the Axion launch, and people got them super cheap, about $150 each. And of course, you get these 3, you put them together, and then you get a ship. You also need some fuel cells, so you have to buy some of those. So it's basically like $1,000 all up if you missed out on the original launch thing. But these are the kind of ships that are going to be there. So Shuttle, Dragonfly, Hercules, Horizon, Javelin, Viper. So I think there was only these 4 when I last checked last year. I do like this Horizon one. Look at that. It's pretty amazing. So some really nice looking artwork here. Javelin and the Viper. And looks like there's other ones coming soon. So pretty cool. 40,000 parts, 10,000 unique starships, and this is all around financial DeFi. It's not a play game. This is all about really doing an investment, but with a lot of fun gamification using NFTs and metaverse type of place. So pretty cool. All systems go, and yeah, very nice. So You can see it's pretty outstanding stuff. They've obviously got a lot of partners here. They've been doing Polydodge, LUXY as well, which is actually one of the launch partners with the NFT store. So they're a partner as well. Obviously AXION as well. And stuff like that. So QDAO and all sorts of stuff. So they're actually making a lot of partners and growing their social community pretty fast as well. So looking good there. Warp tokenomics, of course. Warp is starting with a fair launch token, no pre-sales, no IDOs, no influencers paid with Warp, equal chances for all captains. So all captains, you invest to get your ship, something like $1,000, and off you go to the nearest planet and start, I guess, I don't know, mining it or something, and you get the high APY. That's pretty much it. So the network's Polygon and listing Sushi Swap. Initial supply for 500 Warp at $250. Initial liquidity there as well is on DAI Warp and launch APY. Launch APY is 1.2 billion from the looks of it, so 1.2 billion APY, and no doubt those are on the planets somewhere like that. Launch bod discount 42%, Warp DAI, and so forth. They also got mine there as well. So they're going to have season 1, which is opening up. Minimum bond to earn a Starship is $250. Starship 1 is bridges 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. There's 10,000 of those, and then unlimited fuel cells, because obviously you need the fuel cells for your ships to fly around. And launch edition Starships, 100 of those. Development 10% royalties on Warp NFTs, which is pretty cool. 20% Warp Lightspeed Fund, etc. A centralized exchange listing, it says, partnerships and giveaways. So pretty cool, and a burn on there as well, 5% burn. So pretty cool. So lots of good stuff there, and I love the graphics. Aren't they cool? Aren't they cool? So it's a cool way of investing now. And of course, here is the team, and of course, these are many of the same people in the AXION team. So cool. What else we got there? We've got a lot of people that are in the AXION social media as well, particularly on Telegram, Discord, stuff like that. And you can join the launch. So it's pretty nice stuff there happening there. All right, so let's jump over to Discord, and we're going to check out some stuff on there as well. Let me get into the chat. Let's have a look here. So Crypto, glad you're back, mate. Hey, Crypto Casino, good to be back. Good to see you in the house as well. Another AXION token member, as well as another AXION content creator. And Neil says, loving that panic unstaking, says Neil. I don't know what that was, Neil. This looked a bit more like than I'm panicking. It looked like the account had been compromised, Nick. I missed my BTC dividends, Solix. So do I. I think a lot of people do. Like I say, it is on a 2-week rotation, so we'll see how the votes go on that. Solix. Neil says, hopefully more can be encouraged as we go lower. Neil, you keep going. We don't want the bottom to be too low, Neil. We don't want the bottom to be low. I think the bottom is probably about right at the moment, Neil. You're going to get that. And yeah, you might get the old cup and handle. You never know. Neil, you're so funny. AXION Stakers has different shares like Dolphin or Whale. Any way to see a list of the staker class on AXION? Staker class. Oh, well, you can go to the stats page. Maybe that's what you're after. Let's have a look here. AXION stats. We're going to jump to there. I think this might be what you're after. I'll post this link to you as well. So you go down the bottom of this page. You can see the class here. You've got a number of people in each class. Now these are different, of course. You got this definition here, but then also on the AXION Today link that I sent you, the AXION Today link, they've got, I don't think they're the same definitions. Let me have a look here. So portfolio, not that one. Let me just find, I've got to find the right page, just a moment. This one here. So there's this one here. This is on the AXION Today overview. So you can check this one out. And this is for you, Nicholas, by the way. Oh, not that one. I don't know why I did that. That was an accident. Hey, what happened here? I've got this function. I put a function. It was square root, something like that. Bam. All right. So it's this one here. Oh, what's it doing? It won't let me. Oh, I don't know. It's doing the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing again. Stop doing that. I'll apologize for my my clumsy fingers from the looks of it. All right. Okay. Hopefully that's right. Let me get back into the chat here. I've got to delete those two. That was just embarrassing. So let me delete that off that. Remove. And I'll remove that one. Remove. Hey, there we are. So that AXION overview, that will get you to this one here. Just read there's a little I notice, I think, somewhere up here. Yeah, this one up here. So you can see that. It's got a breakdown of the shares by shares. Cool. And you can also go to the stats page here, which I've botched up again. Let me get that, and you can see that at the bottom here, got the definition. Just read the I function there. Just read any of the details. Not sure if they're exactly the same basis. That's all. So that's for you, Nicholas. Nice. All right. So what else we got there? Hey bro, how many channels do you have? AXION, Hex, and which is the other? My other big one that I've got is BitFury, and I've got quite a few others that I'm building up at the moment, Nicholas. So yeah. Hit me up in Discord if you want to find out those links. DM me hashtag 9055 hashtag 9055 Superman in Discord if you want me to DM you some of the links to the other channels. I try to keep each channel within its own ecosystem, own topic, generally speaking. I don't mind talking about certain other topics, but it's just kind of keep it relevant and stuff. Critic says Warp is going to be very interesting. It will be. Actually, I'd love to catch up with you, Casino, on Discord. We should have a chat. It'd be really cool to catch up with you on all this stuff. And I know that you were in the content creators meeting, and I missed that. So it'd be cool to touch base with you on that too. So it'd be really cool. I think we should be working a lot. Working on a lot of stuff more closely there, Crypto Casino, moving forward. When it's live, Warp. I thought it was this month, January. So that's where I thought it was live. Nicholas Lakina said it is a no-brainer. Everyone should stake at least $50, 555 stake, and all wait a bit more, sir, says Neil. Wow, it's unbelievable. This crypto is extremely undervalued. I believe so too, Nicholas. I think so as well. There's a few things I'd like to see more from the team, but that's just about communication and expressing ideas and stuff. So we'll keep talking about stuff like that going forward. Let's just jump over to stuff. We're going to drove. Where have I got to? We're going to go up to the announcements. I want to go to the AXION Discord announcements. We're going to get into that. So this was the Warp NFT sale. I just want to go back a little bit in time in the announcement. So this was sold out. So that was really cool. That was $100,000 worth of funds raised. So that was a great start from the AXION community there. Now there was a vote, a proposal to increase the Accelerator buybacks, and that was approved. As I say, increase the Accelerator buybacks. I think they went to 98%, as I've been saying. And the white paper was out, the light paper was out as well. I'm going to go through that actually. I'm going to have to just read through it and pick out some highlights in that. I want to go through that. That was posted on the 30th of December, so I'll try and do that. I'm going to be doing a lot more some videos on here, pre-recorded videos, and I'm going to try and make those pretty cool too. So as well as the live stream. So it's going to be a lot more content on AXION Token channel from now on. So cool. All right, so accelerated buyback vote completed. So that was definitely happened on the 30th of December. The majority of the community has voted for option 5 and set the accelerated buybacks to 100%. But in practice, they could only do 98% because of the coding. And so 1% Bitcoin dividends is in place, 1% team fund support. This change has now been made active and will last 15 days. All accelerated buyers will send 98% buy and burn. And so since this time, we've seen about 450 million or more. If I've got the right days, there may be another day on that, so maybe it's slightly higher than 450 mil. But that's definitely working, right? That's half of a whale amount. That's a pretty good amount. If you think about one of the whales having a billion AXION, that's basically half of one of those. That's a lot of energy to get off the market in the space of 10 days or whatever. So it is quite effective. 14 days from now, we will hold another Discord vote. So if that was held on the 30th, so we're at the 31st plus 13 or 12, say. So about maybe in 2 or 3 days' time, we might have another vote on this, on the Bitcoin. I know a lot of people do miss their Bitcoin divs, but we'll see how that votes. There is a definite impact in there. Definitely taking out some of the sell pressure for sure. Call me Jace. Joel says proposal to add burn tax. This burn tax failed. I was definitely against it. I just don't taxation is very good. I think Alex, the head moderator on this channel, was also against it. That certainly didn't pass. 201.7 said no chance. No change, zero burn tax. Interesting, the AXION team wasn't in favour of it either. Apparently they discussed it quite a bit before we went on to Polygon. So that didn't work out. Actually, interesting enough though, 30% fee burn, 105 votes for that versus 207. So actually that number 5 with 30% fee burn actually got a pretty high number. So, but I just don't think those taxes are a very effective way of doing it. Buy and burn, we can relate to that to a degree, but not that one. The VAB vesting schedule was updated. So if you're part of that, you should read this announcement if you've got VAB vesting. Just jump past that though. And of course, this is the big news. Of course, this is the last announcement on AXION. Oh, excuse me, my mouse is moving around a bit weirdly there. Stop doing it, mouse. Hey, do you guys talk to your mouse? I don't know. That's this thing here I'm talking about, not a little pet mouse. Bringing in 2022, they did a $500,000 burn, and that was a pretty good gesture from the AXION team, and that equaled 9 billion AXION. We've covered that already at the beginning of this live stream, but that's pretty exciting, bringing the total burn to 35 billion AXION and over $2 million. So very, very cool. Over the last year, AXION team has worked countless hours to release new products, revise the tokenomics, provide 24/7 support on Discord, Telegram, Incom, and work out to counteract rapid inflation that occurred throughout the token history. So this was always a big problem, was the rapid inflation. I think the team has done a lot of good things in 2021 to set us up well for 2022 to tackle that. And of course, we're still in that phase as well. So that's certainly good. Let's have a look here. So I'm definitely going to read the white paper and try and glean stuff out of that and get some more clarity around the 2022 roadmap. So we'll try and express that ecosystem. So really AXION's expanding its ecosystem. So it's really about communicating what that all means. And we're going to talk more and more about that. So hopefully I've done a little introduction for you today about that with all the launch partners and with Warp and stuff like that. It really is. We're going to flesh that out, particularly over the next week as I do a bit more investigation. I'll try and express those ideas so that perhaps helps you get a better, clear idea if you didn't already have it as well. So pretty cool. I also love feedbacks. If you've heard things that I haven't heard of, get into the contents, get into the chat and let me know. And I love to explore that too. So very, very cool. And then, of course, they had the big burn. I love this picture. Nice 5555 burn. Of course, that's a special number as well. So very cool. Much love from the AXION team. So we're glad to ending 2021 with such great community. Here's 2022 and all the opportunities it brings to us all. So this is what I think, they're definitely looking into the future, how they can strengthen the ecosystem. And so that's probably the big part I would like to flesh out as we enter 2022. So onwards and upwards, AXIONauts, that's for sure. Looks like it'll be a lot of fun. All right, so I'm not going to go through the Twitter, even though we haven't been in there for a while. I'll leave the Twitter for maybe another live stream, but that's the way we go. Obviously, the Warp Discord is up here. I've got that one open, so that's something else to look at. Let me have a look here. So I will put all the links that I put in this video into the video description, and I'm going to possibly, not for the live streams, but for my pre-recorded videos, I'm going to obviously do contents for those live streams. It can be a bit hard on that one. All right, let's get into the Summit Crypto Casino. We'll do, mate, Discord after. Hey, yeah, we'll appreciate that, Crypto Casino. I think we can do some really good things this year, working together on stuff. So Nicholas says, what is this AXION credit card? Yeah, we've been waiting for that. The credit card with a Connect Financial. So we're not sure what's happening in that space. I think there was still going to be an update. So hopefully we'll get something on that too. Yeah, so if I find anything about that, I'll let you know. Nicholas says, wow, so much going on in AXION ecosystem. 22 will be super insane on bear markets. This kind of cryptos can fly crazy. That's right. So some of the cryptos do perform well in bear markets, and certainly CDs are going to be one of the better groups, especially one that's innovative and fast to market, fast to deploy, which is like the AXION team. Nicholas says, is inflation 3.69% annually? No, it's actually 8% annually on AXION, so it's actually rather high as opposed to Hex, which is 3.69, and Wise, which is 4%, 3% to general people and 1% to referrers, which is 4%. So those are the three big certificate of deposit projects that initially launched on Ethereum. Obviously, AXION's moved to Polygon, which is a good fast mover approach. So interesting stuff there. Now, obviously, Hex is going to Pulsechain as its primary chain, even though it will be on Ethereum still. And Wise is going multi-chain, which is the next one's on Casper. They're also going to be trying to do stakes on Polygon too, which is coming up soon. So AXION definitely moved first and fast, and of course AXION holders have benefited from that through super fast, super cheap fees. So hats off to the AXION team for moving fast on that one. Really, really cool. Now the other thing, of course, doesn't stop AXION from moving on to other chains. And that's something else I'd like the team, and I'm sure they are doing, is to keep that open on their mind there, because I'd really like to see AXION on Pulsechain or something like that. I really like to see that happen. That would be very, very cool. So yeah, definitely food for thought there. So how we're doing? We're going pretty well here. So let's go for gold. This is some of the stuff on the Warp. If you go through all the Warp announcements, they got a whole ton of stuff here Now there's so many notices, I'm not going to read through them. They've got a lot of competitions on. Now they look like they've got their Discord up over 8,000 people already, so that's super fast and super good. So, and also they've got the gorillas working on there as well. So there's AXION gorillas, and now there are warp gorillas as well. So they're going out and they're pretty much doing Twitter storms on Twitter. So pretty cool to see that happen. And that's going to pay off over time. So you imagine Twitter storming for 3 to 3 months or more, you're going to have a major impact on the amount of people attracted. So it's good to see that stuff happening, and lots of competition. So that seems to be going good. You can see a lot of the same people, Jubbin, Peter C, T Daly, and the warp team, the moderator, Irma. You can see the Galactic Outreach is Fixation there, which does most of the stuff on Discord. And then you can see in terms of social community outreach, you got some other teams here as well. Polygon Official, Polypunks, so some of the strategic members, some of the strategic partners there. And you got Astronauts, Jojo, all sorts of stuff, Verified as well. So you got all these other people in there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. Certainly artwork looks really good. Look at that, looks pretty neat. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to play out actually visually, the game when it launches. So I'm interested to see how all this cool stuff plays out. So they've definitely got big Poly Dodge, big ones there, partners there, official partner. You can see the artwork's pretty spectacular there. So yeah, it's got lots of stuff, crypto, some sort of punks there. Look at this one here. I mean, it's pretty fancy. Look at this official partner there as well. I can't even read the name up there, something gang. And so it's a pretty far out stuff. I think it's going to do pretty well. It's a good combination between DeFi, metaverse, NFTs, and gamification. So I think that's pretty fun to see there as well. So definitely something food for thought. I'm going to do more coverage on this, of course, as we go. But pretty cool. Now that is Warp. Now I don't know. Let me just get the invite button. Hopefully that will work. Get out of there. So I'll just post that in there in the chat if you want to join the Discord of that one. Hey, Knightley's in the house. Hey, Knightley, good to see you. Hello. It's been a while. Is the inflation still 8% with the burns? Well, the actual return inflation is 8%, but the net inflation will be lower there, Knightley. Next says what AXION did. So when they're burning from the circulating supply, as opposed to the generating new AXION. That's the way I'd look at it. Nicholas says what AXION did moving to Matic is just a miracle. Have you seen the cost transaction? It is a miracle. And I saw something. Yeah, it's people that are still on like Hex and which I cover, and Wise as well. They still charge the high ETH fees. So whereas AXION holders have not had to bear that cost. So very, very cool on that. Nicholas says yes, AXION multi-chain like functional on Pulsechain would be amazing too. Love it. Yeah, that's why I definitely. I haven't talked to them. I don't know whether they're doing that. They do tend to keep things into their own self, so I don't get a lot of access to that. But it's definitely food for thought. Hopefully they do consider those options. I think that there's a lot of opportunities there. I'm sure they are. We'll see. But they've also obviously got doing Warp at the moment, spending a lot of time on that. All right, let's go to LUXY. LUXY NFT team market. I think this was a great one through the launch pad. I particularly got pretty excited about this. I think they've only got the test net on it, or a private test net running at the moment, or a sneak peek. No, I think it's a sneak peek to what do they actually call it? Let me just jump in here. I forgot the actual what they actually called. They're also a partner, of course, of Warp. So there's, everyone's connecting in. So it's pretty nice to see that strengthening. I wanted to get to, I think it was on Twitter, on the Twitter roadmap. Roadmap. I will go to the roadmap here. Maybe it's on this one. No, that's got nothing in it. I had it. So I've just seemed to have lost it at the moment. Let me go back up here. I think on Twitter they had already gone a preview, a sneak preview. That's a sneak peek at the LUXY NFT market. So they already had that. So I don't even think they're fully launched yet. But this was I think this was the picture. Let me just go to this page. Hopefully it's on Twitter. So hopefully we'll have the latest on there. Yeah, so this looks like to be the UI of this, the user interface. It is a pretty simple looking user interface, but this is the idea status, category, collections. It's got a little horse there, maybe part of the game. People wanting to get access to the beta, so interesting. So will LUXY market when it will be available. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know exactly when it launch is going to be launched. Crypto Casino, do you know when it's going to be launched? I'll have to do a bit more investigation on that. But really, this today's live stream is really just an overview of these, as opposed to finding out when the launch is on. But it looks pretty cool. I think they'll do pretty well. To prevent these sell-offs, I would like to see a vote on max wrap Bitcoin rewards and a 5% sell tax that goes to the stakers. I'd like to see a vote on max wrap Bitcoin and rewards and a 5% sell tax that goes to stakers. Yeah, I'm not too keen on a sell tax, but you know, you can put it up for vote. The sell tax, I mean, like I say, 30%. It got 105 votes out of 207. You might be able to swing people, Crypto Casino. I just personally don't like the taxes, especially such a big change to tokenomics after people have already made investment decisions. That's the real problem I have. People already made a lot of investment decisions. We've already had quite a few tokenomic changes, and I think you know, the burn one kind of makes sense given how much volume's out there. But you know, it's something food for thought. I'd like to see some modeling around it, that's for sure. Nicholas says, with the price that was costing stake AXION on Ethereum fees, today we can buy and stake millions of AXION on Matic. Yeah, that's right, Nicholas. Instead of giving the money to ETH miners blowing up migration, you are so right. That's such a good point. No, Nicholas, really is. Nightly says, is that spider still in your house? Hey, I had a flying spider thing yesterday. It was terrifying, Nightly. But I'm sorry I teased. I don't want to make you worried, lol. Man, I do have a bad phobia of those things, but a flying one the other day. It was pretty scary. Crypto Casino's laughing at that one. I asked LUXY Telegram and they said Q1. Okay. Hey, thanks, Solex. Appreciate that. Big shout out to you. Look, Q1 for the launch of the LUXY NFT platform. I think that's going to really do really well. The UI looks a little bit plain. Hopefully, it's a lot better than that when they launch. That's my only criticism. I love the idea. I've been super bullish on LUXY NFT marketplace. Just hope the UI is not too dull. You know, if you look at AXION always is doing such wonderful artwork. Obviously, Joel worked in the movie teams for a couple, was it 10 years or something? So that's why we get so much good artwork, I think, through Joel and probably Joel's contacts in that industry. It's cool. Nightly's got the thing. Yeah, no spiders, folks. No spiders. It's not like Halloween night or something like that. Critic Sen says LUXY should be first quarter, mate. Absolutely. Thanks, Critic Sen. Just confirming what Solex said there. Appreciate that. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, folks, if you're watching this, so go subscribe to Crypto Casino's channel. Hit the channels tab here on AXION Token, and you'll find Crypto Casino there. Go subscribe. We want to get Crypto Casino to 1,000. I think you're over 450 now. Is that right, Crypto Casino? Let me know in the chat what your subs is. I definitely think you've climbed over this holiday season. I think it's climbing. Do you like Matic token as investment? I did, Nicholas. I did like it, and it's actually held up pretty well, right, with the price moving back. In fact, I had that on another one. Let me just jump. I'm not sure if I had that on Ethereum. Let me go to jump to Ethereum from AXION. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at picking up more AXION myself at this price range. I have been quite distracted with the Pulsechain and PulseX launches because they really are the biggest things in town and crypto land, especially with the market going down. So let me have a look here. So what are we talking about? Matic, yeah, $2.15. Matic's actually holding up really, really well. And that's impressive, right? That's actually holding. Ethereum has been as low as just above 3,000 that I remember. It's now 3,135. The GWAI on Ethereum has been horrible the last week or two. It's just constantly up at 150 GWAI. I did see it at 68 GWAI for a little bit, about 2 days or 3 days ago. Just for a small period of time, it was 60 hours. Like, oh my gosh. But on Matic, you don't have to worry about that. So that's probably one of the reasons why Matic's holding up is because it's so super cheap and super fast. So that has been a really good move for AXION. And I think it's just I think there's a bit of work to do around the comms area for AXION. So we've still got work to do in that face, as well as the sales channel. So still work to be done there. So Crypto Casino and I are going to probably talk a few about things like that and have a chat with some of the team about that too. Nightly says, OMG, what? Says Nightly. And Nightly says, I would run out of my house if there was a flying spider near me. Hey, that's terrifying to me, Nightly. It's terrifying to me. At least I'm not in Australia. Australia, they have things as big as your face. Spiders as big as your face in Australia. Fortunately, I'm not in Australia. Crypto Casino says 388 subs at the moment, slowly but surely. Yeah, well, if you haven't subscribed to Crypto Casino, get out there. There's lots of awesome content. Definitely going to happen there. Nicholas Luciano says, is AXION one of the biggest ecosystem on Polygon or not? Yes. Yeah, it is. I would say that AXION's, well, not in terms of probably numbers, but AXION's a big project on, it is the #1 staking project if you based on a certificate of deposit with a share rate. But it's definitely a big ecosystem. Now the gorillas, social gorillas, have been getting AXION on the trending top 10s all the time. So hats off to the AXION gorillas for that. Now I understand last time I checked there was 30 AXION gorillas, and they're going to look to grow that over time. Can you imagine that getting up? Those storming things do actually work pretty well, so if you do them in the right way. So pretty cool. Nicholas says, Crypto says, I would love to see VAB move to Polygon. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Crypto Casino, they'll probably think about it. That should be a good move from them, because I don't see how they can stay on Ethereum. Crypto Casino, I don't see how they can stay on Ethereum. They have to move to either Pulsechain or they have to move to Polygon. They need to go to cheap and faster fees. That's probably need to do. Nicholas Larsen says, which is the name of channel of Crypto Casino? So it's Crypto Casino on the channel. Let me, yeah, it's I haven't got it up at the moment. Let me go to my channel on my other viewer. Hey, welcome everybody as well. Welcome to 2022. It's going to be a blast, and Crypto Casino, all us promoters and stuff out there, we're going to do our very best to help the team get the comms up, do any particular enhancements we think and stuff like that. We're going to be quite active in that space, so do our best there as well. But once again, the community takes a big role as well, spreading the word. It's all about that, really. So cool. All right, so channel members, let me just go to channel. Oh no, not members, community. So no channels. I was in the right place in the first place. Crypto Casino. Let me pull it up. I think I've got it here. So Crypto Casino. Here is Crypto Casino's channel. Yeah, so here it is. So there's Crypto Casino's channel. Big shout out. Let's have a look here. That is on the channels tab though. If you're watching this after the live stream. Nicholas says, I was buying AXION at these cheap prices for a while. Insane deal, says Nicholas. Yeah, well, and a double bounce at that quadruple 0.05 rate too. Salam Mo says, any share rate chart for AXION? Hey, Salam, I wish there was a share rate chart. Unfortunately, it's one of the data things we don't have. I actually wish, well, we've got the green guy's done some good stuff with data. I haven't actually used it enough on this channel. I want to use it more, but I would like to get some charts on here. I want charts. So there's a lot of data stuff, but I want charts. They're much easier to talk about, much easier to understand. So maybe it's definitely an area for improvement. But share rate chart, no. The share rate obviously is going up. Let me think where the share rate is. Because I've been on a break myself. I've just let me have a look here. I'm pretty sure it's on the AXION page. Let me stake. Maybe it's on the stake page. Yeah, the global share rate is 1.2348. And I'm not sure the mathematics of the profile, but I think it's actually in the white paper. Should be in the well, we got a new one called the light paper out, so I haven't gone through that yet. They wanted some just minor review on that. In other words, not the substance or the content, but just a like a spell check type of common sense reading kind of English thing. But 1.2348 is the global share rate, and that's where it's at the moment. So yeah. No, as that goes higher, of course, you get less shares, and that sort of supposed to reflect compound interest. Now, I'm not sure how close this profile, this mathematics is to say Hex's share rate. which is the first CD on the blockchain, and of course Wise uses one too. These are all certificate deposits with a share rate. But of course, they're not normal ones like normal certificate deposits in the bank. Obviously, they're basically because you typically on most investment, or you might call them term deposits in some countries, certificate deposits in the United States, that sort of thing. They've got different names depending on where you're from, but they're typically, the interest rates on those are pretty low these days, and yeah, often you get actually you get a marginally better rate staking out long. So these, when I talk about these certificate deposits and these projects, they're like supercharged certificate deposits. They're like you got all these other benefits and the stuff on top, and different tokenomics in there as well. So yeah, interesting stuff. All right, so Critic says yeah, on that one channel, and what else? So Solix says, yep, would be great. The team make a share rate history chart and a chart to see all the stakes during all the years. Yeah, they could do quite a few more charts. I'd like to see that. I think the green guy does a lot of that stuff, so it's probably the way to go. Yeah, hey, Salam says thanks. Hey, you're most welcome, Salam. Very cool. So that's the share rate there on the staking tab, if you want to see that. But there is no chart up going up. Now, I think there is a charts in the white paper. That's all I was going to say. Maybe in the Litecoin. There was in the original white paper, they had all these projections around share rate. And of course, when back in the day when we had the old marketing director on there, slipped my memory now. I'm really bad with names. So anyway, so they had charts in there with projections. So yeah. I'll pull out some stuff around that. It seems to be a topic of interest, so I might look at that. Yeah, so guaranteed 8% APR, which is kind of like 8% inflation, and of course the APR up to 47% APR. I haven't seen actually the calculations for this for a while, so I'll probably try and get that off Pollen with the numbers for that. But definitely the Bitcoin at the moment is obviously temporarily suspended. So your normal Bitcoin dividends being around about, I think it was 35%, down at 1% at the moment until about the 12th, 13th of January, until there's another community vote. And the reason for doing that is to try and get the burn up at 98% to buy and burn the AXION off the market. And it has done pretty well. Looks like at least 500 million AXION's been bought off the last 10, 11 days. So I think it's working pretty well from that point of view. Yeah, all right, so cool. How are we doing? An hour and 11 minutes. Sounds pretty good to me. Hey, that's the first live stream back, folks. Now, probably not going to look to do a live stream every day because I think that kind of oversaturates, but and the format of AXION's changed now. So before we used to have the auctions, and that was like perfectly good for doing a live stream on the daily basis because we always had an auction close period. We do have a turnover of the Accelerator, but it's not at the time that I'm typically up, so that doesn't work either. But I'll probably end up looking at doing something like every second day, something like that. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to play it pretty flexible and try and bring some fresh content in the zone for that. The other side, of course, I'm going to do a lot of pre-recorded videos on this channel. Really going to step up some of the content and project stuff around that. It won't all just be AXION either. There's going to be a lot of other stuff that's going to add value to that you may not have seen. If I've seen it, of course, I will try and pass on those insights, those opportunities to you guys out there as well, because we're all in the big same community. We all want to do well and have fun doing it while we're doing it. So hopefully that helps as well. So special thanks everybody. Thanks for our first live stream. Hour and 12 minutes. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all for the first one. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and look forward to it. If you want to become an AXION token member, of course, channel member, get into the join button there and become part of the team. Thanks very much, everybody. Very cool. And Crypto Casino says your new PC runs very smoothly, mate, as well. Hey, Crypto Casino, I'm not running it on my new PC yet. I haven't set that up fully. I know I was supposed to, but I haven't yet. But I got the new PC. This is running on the old one, but it has done okay today, especially with all these windows open. But the new PC should be good. I'm going to try and set up tomorrow is my goal. My goal is tomorrow, and hopefully that should be good for the next live stream. So that should be fun as well. But take care, everybody. Hey, Nightly, good night, everybody. Take care all. Hey, all the best. Catch you in the next one. AXION onwards and upwards. I think there's lots of good stuff in 2022. It's going to be a lot of fun. Still smooth. Says Crypto Casino, still smooth, is right. Hey, we'll catch up with you in Discord there, Crypto Casino. And let me just find the off button here as well. I actually can't say much more than that. All right. Bye for now. Take care, everybody. See you in the next one. Cheers.